Welcome to Horrify Environment. If you are new here, you can subscribe our channel. We upload daily horror videos. There once stood an ancient, dilapidated building in the center of a busy metropolis. Its walls were covered in graffiti, its windows smashed, and the echoes of its sinister past filled the halls. It was avoided by the locals since it held a mystery that made the bones of anybody brave enough to tingle. Nevertheless, among the silent cautions, there was one that should never be disregarded. Don't peek. The building's reputation predated the city by many years. It was rumored that a recluse artist well known for his gruesome creations had called the building home. His creations were kept secret because they were so unsettling, hidden behind the doors of his workshop, away from prying eyes. However, the artist's infatuation with his work drove him insane, and one tragic night, he vanished into thin air, leaving behind his unsettling masterpieces and a blood-smeared admonition: don't peek. Even the most courageous people in the city were frequently overcome by curiosity in spite of the warnings. They used to assemble outside the structure, daring one another to peek inside in hopes of seeing the horrors that were waiting inside. However, those who gave in to their tragedy became simply another terrifying chapter in the building's sinister past, and they were never seen again. A young man by the name of Alex lived in the city. Though he had grown up hearing tales of the ancient structure from others, he was enthralled by the secrets it concealed. Countless evenings were spent by him gazing up at its massive silhouette and wondering what mysteries were concealed behind its boarded-up windows. Driven by a combination of curiosity and audacity, Alex decided one fateful evening to face the structure that had been haunting his nightmares for so long. He disregarded his friends' and family's advice and ventured out into the night, resolved to dispel the myth around the ancient artist's studio. An aura of dread swept over Alex as he got closer to the structure. Far-off murmur replaced the sounds of the metropolis as the air appeared to get colder. The weight of the building's troubled past followed him everywhere he went, threatening to break his resolve. However, Alex moved forward, reaching out a shaky hand to push open the door while his heart raced in his chest. With a foreboding groan, the wood opened to show a dimly lighted passage that stretched out in front of him. He adopted a cautious advance, his senses keenly tuned as he descended more into the dark interior of the structure. Alex was sent shivers down his spine by the distorted outlines of the old artwork that lined the walls. He could feel the silent screams of the figures in the paintings reverberating in his ears as their eyes followed every move. But he persisted anyhow, his willpower triumphing over his dread. Alex finally made it to the elderly artist's studio door. Its surface tarnished from years of neglect, it appeared to him like a doorway leading to a different realm. He stretched out to turn the handle with a shaking hand, his heart racing in his chest. Alex was completely shocked by what he saw when the door opened. The artist's works, each more horrific than the last, filled the studio. Agonizing beings with twisted forms that were stuck in a never-ending state of agony writhed. But among the mess, Alex's attention was drawn to one particular painting. Frayed drape covered much of its surface as it hung in the middle of the room. Alex approached the artwork, his hands shaking as he reached out to draw back the curtain, a feeling of dread eating at his insides. And when he did, he encountered an image that would follow him around forever. Because the reflection of his own distorted face, his features twisted in pain as if caught in the throes of a nightmare, was staring back at him from the depths of the canvas. Alex felt a chilly hand encircle his heart and draw him farther into the shadows as he stared into the artwork. Alex turned and ran toward the safety of the outside world, his scream resonating through the deserted hallways of the building. His footfall bounced off the walls as he ran. But despite his best efforts, he could not get rid of the sensation that something evil and ravenous had trailed him out of the shadows, waiting for the right opportunity to attack. Alex promised himself as he stepped out into the daylight of the city streets that he would never go back to the old building again, because he understood that some secrets were better kept hidden, their horrors never to be revealed. Thus, the myth of the ancient, the existence of the artist's studio, served as a warning to anyone daring to peer behind the curtain of darkness.